another Chupacabra sighting.
Man, that was a fun day. We finally got this thing running good. That was at the UTV World Championships race course, catching a little bit of air, but we had a lot of issues to get to that point. So first, let's go back to early January. We went out to do a photo shoot, and this is what happened. We just had it running great. Unfortunately, we're stranded dead in the water. I'm over here. We're out shooting some video. Go to fire her up, turn the fan on. Just to go back from part 3, we had the car running. It wasn't running that strong. The ECU was just kind of figuring out the air box or the air intake situation, which wasn't all really set up yet. So we took it to a tuner. I wasn't really happy, unfortunately, with what happened at the tuner. Went in for a ECU, 2-part DynoJet tuning and clutch setup. The agreement was $1,600. I ended up walking out spending $4,200. They had a lot of issues, they claimed, with wiring, and I was pretty frustrated, to be honest. But once I got the car back, it was making 163 horse. That issue was with the starter gear bolts, which is kind of a fluke deal. Put those in and all was good. Took it out a few more times and figured it was ready to go take it to Glamis for President's Day. And if you watched our Glamis video, you know what happened, but let's take it back there real quick.
It kind of broke down.
Yeah, the rope came off. Full drama. Car's working just fine. Trying to make a run up the hill and there's nothing there. Trials and tribulations of trying to build a race car. Then we tried to make a run up Olds Hill and went into limp mode and lost our flash codes. You guys all know how it goes out in Glamis. Everyone wants more power, and with that comes more headaches. So the car has issues. The same tuner was out at Glamis and they weren't able to get anything done. Back on the trailer, back home. So decided to take it to a wiring expert. I took it to AZ Wire Pros. Had them give the car a once over. They relocated the voltage regulator, got everything dialed, and we were back running. Car was running good. Took it out a few more times, did a full prep, and then I decided with very little time of this car actually running reliably to take it on the Arizona Peace Trail for 500 miles in 2.5 days. The car worked awesome. It was really cool to finally spend a lot of time in the car. 2 12-hour days, and then I took it out to the Parker race course. Ran the car pretty hard over some of the big whoops. The belt temp got pretty high, but no real issues. I was really excited after all the work. It took almost over a year to get this thing to where it was, and just really happy with it. I did blow a fuse for the fuel pump. No big deal, as I'm running a stock wiring harness, and the bigger fuel pump we put in just blew a fuse. But we were back going in 10 minutes, had a great ride. Actually did a lot of low range stuff in this, some technical stuff. The AZ Peace Trail was a lot slower, more technical than I anticipated, but still the car got it done and had a lot of fun there. So car's running good, feeling good. I go get it wrapped. We take it to the UTV World Championships, do the little poker run, car's good, and decided to take it out to Glamis. Start duning for a little bit and notice that my lower A-arm bolts are broke. So it's got the Lone Star long travel kit, came with really cheap hardware. They were 8.8 metric, so not even grade 8. And the Heims at this point had also developed a lot of play. We knew we were gonna tear it down for a full prep, but tough lesson learned. Couldn't find the right size bolts out of Glamis. It was just a day trip, so only got to dune it for a little bit, and had it back on the trailer and back home once again. So now we got the car back. Brent at American Engineering did a full tear down, full prep. Got the Steelix coating on the entire chassis. I'm super excited how it turned out. So here with Brent, and since we last saw you guys in part 3, Brent's made some Brent's done some fabrication, added a few things to the car. So part 3, Brent, we didn't have the air intake set up, didn't have our storage rack set up, additional storage in the back, beefed up rear suspension. So why don't you walk us through what you were able to do since part 3?
Yeah, so basically what we did is we put some time on the car, and we found one of the issues was a rear box. Basically, it wasn't a rear box in there before. Lone Star just has a plate that goes in there for the radius rods. We fabricated a rear complete box that is a gusset and a box-in unit for the radius arms, and it's a lot stronger, put in better hardware for that. Back here in the back of the car, there's was an open space that I saw that we can put some aluminum in there, make a storage thing. We can put some tool bags, even a cooler. It's kind of multi-use. And then up front, we built a better, in front of that, a rack that's multi-purpose that has a oil container so we can put some fluids in there. So when we do race it, we have, or go on long trails, we have spare fluids. We included this air intake on here. This is a dual purpose carbon intake that goes to the air intake on the air cleaner, and then the other one goes to the belt, which provides inducted fresh air into the belt box.
We're still going to get some custom door bags made so we can put our drill or impact in the door bags, as well as some storage underneath the passenger seat. So we're really going to have some storage not only for racing, but for some bigger, longer rides like the AZ Peace Trail. So speaking of long rides, initially we thought we were going to make this just a big pre-runner that we could race. We talked about doing a roof rack, but if you've been watching the YouTube channel, I went to an event in February and miraculously won a new RZR. So now I'm going to have 2 vehicles. Now this isn't my do-it-all. We'll have them together. I'm thinking about getting a 4-seater, or if not, I'm going to get a roof rack and have a lot of storage, spare parts, everything you need for those big adventures. And both those cars are going to be together on all these type of big trips. So decided to keep this as it is, add as much storage as we could. Still a race car, but still capable of knocking out some long rides down in Baja, Arizona, or wherever our adventure might take us. So the car is fully prepped. Brent's marked all the important suspension components. They're all torqued. I'm feeling really confident, like it's really time to go test this thing out at a smaller local race or do some clutch tuning and get ready to hit our first race later this year. He also welded in some sun visors, which are going to be nice for those days when we're driving towards the end of the day. And that's pretty much it. Tune in to part 5 where we're going to do a full parts breakdown along with the cost breakdown. So in case you're interested in going racing, you get an idea of what it took to get this thing ready, both money, time, and effort. I hope this video series was informational and gives you some insight into what goes on if you want to take that leap from a regular car to a full-blown race vehicle that you can pretty much do everything with. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. Tune in soon for part 5, and we've got a lot more great content coming your way.